Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. This is the Pink Kittens Nail Atelier. Today we are doing a Halloween set with a Born Pretty Neon Fizz pink collection that you have got to acquire from Amazon. Come on and join me. Alright guys, so I'm going to use my Diami corn tips for this one. They're just basically stilettos, but they call them corn shaped, I guess, in Korea. Anyway, so I'm gonna go ahead and size these out on my nails. And something I noticed too, and you might want to look into it when you're doing Gel X tips, is to make sure that they completely fit snug around the nail when you go to actually glue them on. I've been taking my fingers and pressing the sides down as I cure them, and that's been helping them to wear a lot better and just fit a lot better. So you might want to think about that when you're actually applying them. I love this solid gel, and I have been using this solid gel every single time. The Gelin solid gel to put the tips on with, because it actually has a remover that comes, or that you can buy to go with it, and it works so good. I mean, it works great. Plus, I put on my stripper base here, and I put on my Jello peel off, just to make sure that I don't have anything taking these nails off. And I wouldn't have to do all that except for the fact that I have a protective coating of gel on my natural nails, and I don't want that to get ripped off when I remove. So that's why I have to use so much, protective peel off, just to make sure. Because normally, like, if you would put a coating on your nails and then put peel off, it would make that peel off last a lot longer, and it may also damage the natural nail when you go to take it off, because it might rip that gel off, because gel adheres to gel. So it's something to think about. But I was watching a different nail artist the other day, and she talked about a cocoon method, and so I learned how to do this method, and I think I might have talked about it in the last video I did. Yeah. But anyway, my previous video, if you go and watch that, I talk about it and tell you where to go to see the original artist that did it. And she explains how to do the whole cocoon method and how to, protect your nails and then also be able to peel them off. So, and I just added a couple more tips in there, extra, that I find helped me, so that maybe it might help you. But anyway, so here I am applying the Jello. I'm trying to think if there's anything about this. One thing I would say is just for them, so that it doesn't look like you have peel off underneath, try to be as neat and clean with the peel off as possible. Don't let it flood the cuticles. Don't let it go over into the sides, because you can get this weird kind of feathery gel look underneath the nail tip if it does tend to stick out a little bit, the peel off. So just be real careful with that, so that it doesn't look so messy or whatnot. But as usual, I always apply my tips with a space between the cuticle and the nail tip, and then I do an overlay of gel so that it looks more natural too. So it's something you might want to think about. But yeah, I love this solid gel by Gelin, and it's so cheap, it's so affordable, and it's something I really suggest. If you haven't tried it, go ahead and give it a try. It works really well for the price point. I really, really like it. And just FYI, I always try to link any products that I use in the video in the description underneath it. So if you see something you want to try, don't hesitate to look below and follow the link to the product. I just want to apologize again. I know you can hear me breathing. I am always stuffed up. I actually have sinus obstruction in my bone, so I can't help it. I always breathe like that. It's just something, unless I get surgery on my nose to have it fixed, which I really don't want to do because I have so many other health problems going on right now. So, yeah, just wanted to apologize for that. In fact, it might even be It might be something else that I'm not even aware of that's causing the breathing complications. So, but I am having all kind of MRIs and stuff done this month. So, they're going to be looking into everything. So, just wanted to apologize for that. So now I'm just going to overlay the tips with this builder gel. And I always put a slip layer down first. I just make sure everything is covered with that thin layer of gel before I go back in with a dollop of gel and build in my apex and the structure of the nail. So I'm still just making sure that all those little crevices and wherever I want that gel to go has that slip layer covering the nail right now is what I'm doing. Because whenever you're doing this, you'll notice sometimes you'll have like different variations where the tip, between the tip and the cuticle, you got to make sure all those little nooks and crannies are taken care of. And so here I am just going in and getting it as close to the cuticle as possible and making sure that there is builder gel kind of covering wherever there is a discrepancy in the length of the nail anyway. So just to kind of go over that again, and there is the finished product. Oh, so pretty. So we're going to go in with our slip layer, and that's just a thin little bit of the gel, and we're going to cover that nail completely. Get tighten it in close to that cuticle like you see right here, and just pulling it all the way down to the tip. That's all we're doing with the first step. And this is, you want to focus on getting rid of that gap between the cuticle and the Gel X tip. As you can see right there. That's what putting this builder gel is going to do. So I'm going to go ahead and get a dollop of gel on one side of my brush. I don't want it on both sides. I want it on one side. And I'm going to place it down as close to the cuticle as possible without flooding that cuticle. And make sure that you have it on both sides really well. You may have to keep picking up that bead of gel and pulling it back to the cuticle. But do that as many times as necessary. And then you're going to swing it from left to right, that little tail, and pull it down. And then I get about halfway down the nail, and then I just pull the rest down gently with my brush. I'm not using any force when I do that whatsoever. Everything is very light hand. After that, you're going to flip your hand upside down and then flash cure it. So now I've repeated that on all my nails. I've went ahead and buffed and filed and cleaned everything up. I'm going to go ahead and wipe off all the dust really well, get underneath those nails and everything. And then I'm going to go in, if I'm not happy with the height of the gel, or if I feel like it still needs just a little bit more, I'll go in with this Fiote EXT builder, which is their thicker builder in a bottle, and I'll go over everything with a very thin layer, almost like a base coat before I go in with the polish or the artwork, just to make sure everything is really smoothed out and ready for that gel. So that's what I'm doing right here. And so now we're going to get ready to apply the polish and the art. I'm going to set out all my brushes, clean up brushes, detailing brushes, anything I may need to create the art with. Okay, so as well as the polish, you're also going to need some clear 3D gel, extra brushes, Aurora and Hollow powder, chrome base to adhere the powder, crystals of your choice, some top gel to encapsulate, and regular top coat. Born Pretty Rainbow Ceramic Cat Eye, and a clear pink jelly gel. So we're going to start out with the hot pink color from the collection, and we're only going to be applying this to the pinky nail. For the rest of them, we will be applying the cat eyes. For all the other fingers, I'm going to be applying this Born Pretty Cat Eye This is their rainbow ceramic cat eye, and it's the universal. It's just silver color. I'm going to apply this to every other finger. The only difference is on the thumb and the middle finger, I'm also going to be applying an additional rainbow cat eye from Varnail. I think I show it to you, but yeah, so that's the only other difference. These are the nails we're going to be applying the chrome to, so it's going to make it look different depending on, you know, how we do that. But also we're going to be doing art on these nails with the other colors from the collection, from the Neon Fizz collection, so don't fret, we will be using the other beautiful colors as well. Forgot to mention, I will be using a clear neon pink jelly color to go over the cat eyes with. I don't know how that slipped my mind, but you can use any clear neon pink that you have, whether it be Macart, Born Pretty, or Beetles. Anything you have on hand is fine, because all of the hot pink jellies are basically the same. The one that I'm going to use is from Fiote, their Neon Aid collection. I'm going to use the strawberry pink from that. I'm just taking my magnet now and activating the cat eye, kind of just pushing it towards the middle of the nail. I'm not doing anything special, just kind of activating it so that you can see there is a cat eye under there, because once you apply that jelly color, you want it to still have that pop. And we're also going to be applying chrome on top of this, so you definitely want to have some kind of, you know, cat eye look to the nail. Now we're going to take our purple jelly color from the collection, and we're going to go over the thumb and the middle finger with this color. And we're also going to go over all of the fingers with the clear pink jelly polish that you choose, but it's just over the thumb and the middle finger. I wanted to have a little bit of a variation, so I also did this purplish pearl jelly color that came in the collection because it's so pretty, and I figured why not do, you know, at least a couple of the nails with a little bit different look to them. So that was my reasoning behind that. Apply the chrome base to all of our fingers except for the pinky, because we're going to be applying at least one or two different chrome powders to those nails. So here is the pink Aurora powder that I got off of AliExpress. I absolutely adore this pink color. it is the prettiest Aurora powder I have ever used before. And it actually comes in a whole collection with some cat eyes. And it's from Annie's Gel Polish. It's one of my favorite off of AliExpress. I will leave a link in the description to where you can pick these up, as well as the other products that I used in today's video. So this is gonna pretty much wrap up the polish portion of the video. I'm gonna be moving on to the nail art now. As we're applying this chrome, I guess you could call that art as well. But anyway, we're going to be making a mummy on the index finger, a ghost on the middle finger. I'm going to be adding some random art on the ring finger, possibly a spider web with a heart. The pinky, we might use some slime drops or something like that. And on the thumb, I'm going to add some random little 3D pieces that I'm going to make with my Baby Ma silicone molds that I love that I got off of AliExpress, believe it or not. I love Baby Ma. She's one of my favorite 3D nail artists. Anyway, here I am rubbing the chrome with one of those high quality sponges that you can purchase. Your sponges are really important that you rub your chrome with, because it's what's going to give you either that beautiful shine or they're going to look dull. Another little tip that I can give you about chromes is you can actually, after you rub them with the sponge, you can take a microfiber cloth or a glass cleaning cloth, basically, that you would clean your glasses with. Put a little isopropyl on there and rub the nail with that, and it will give it that extra mirror shine that you've been looking for. And it'll also help alleviate, you know how sometimes the chrome is like too thick and you can't see the cat eye underneath? It will alleviate that problem as well. So that's just something to keep in mind. Here I am top coating all of the nails so that the chrome does not come off. Because you always want to do this before starting on any type of 3D work or anything you want to top coat your nails, just in case you mess up on the next step. It's not going to affect your chrome underneath. You still have all that well intact. Here is the glitter from the collection, the light pink. And I'm also going to pull out the pearl colors from the collection as well. We're going to be using all of these. Now the ghost, I am going to use black to outline just because I use the glitter. But in hindsight, I wish I would have just used hot pink to outline it with, because I think the coloring would have went a lot better with that. And that's what I wound up doing on the other hand, but not on camera, just after I finished this one. But you'll be able to see it in the pictures afterwards. So here I am, I'm starting on my little ghost, and you can just do this any which way you want. I'm basically just making his tail the point of the nail and the head in the middle of the nail. So I'm just trying to make him have a somewhat ghostly shape, if at all possible. And I'm using that light pink color to do this with. Now, I will say this about this light pink color. I don't care. This is my least favorite color out of the whole collection. Not because of the color, but because of the consistency. I find it to be a little thin and runny. I just wish it were a little bit thicker. But then again, it is polish, and it's not intended for art per se. But I like when gel polish companies create gel polishes that are made for art or polish, because I feel like you should make them for both now. I mean, we have come to a time where we know we're going to be doing art with the polishes, so just make it for both. We shouldn't have to have a separate gel paint and polish. The only time we should be able to, or we should require that separate, is like liner gels or stuff that we're doing line work with. I mean, that's understandable. But anyway, I'm going to go over this with the light pearlescent color. I'm going to cover the ghost up with this just to give it an ethereal look. And like I said, I don't know at what point I outlined with black, but I should have outlined with hot pink. So I'm going to go ahead and flash cure this. And ultimately I'm going to wind up covering it with the 3D clear silicone. So as you can see here, I outlined him with black liner gel. But I was not happy with the way this came out at all. That's why I didn't really record it, because I feel like you should just outline your ghosts with the hot pink or with the purple glitter, whichever you prefer. I wound up going over it with the purple glitter to try to cover up the fact that this doesn't go with the coloring at all. But it was kind of too late in hindsight. But anyway, so that's why I didn't put it on camera, because I don't want you guys to do what I did. I feel like it didn't come out good. So you can copy the line work, just do it with the hot pink or with a hot pink liner gel, is what I would say. And I went ahead and covered the eyes up with the purple glitter as well. This purple glitter, by the way, is freaking fabulous. It is a flash reflective glitter, and it's got little pieces of aurora specks in it. It is gorgeous. This is some of the prettiest glitter I've ever seen. I'm telling you guys, this is a must-have collection. If you've ever wondered which Born Pretty collection is a must-have, or that if you've never tried Born Pretty, this is the collection right here. This is a must-have collection. It is gorgeous. And I can see in the future I'm going to be doing so many sets with this collection. I'm going to have to buy a backup. But anyway, so here I am just going over everything, trying to cover that black up with the glitter. And then I'm going to cure this, and I'm going to go in with the clear silicone to make everything 3D. And here's the clear 3D gel. I'm just going to scoop a tiny little bit out, enough to cover the ghost. You don't want to make it too high, just enough to where you can tell that it's 3D, and that you can maybe lift up the little ruffles on the edge of the gown or at the foot of the sheet or whatever it is that's on him. And I basically just did like a ruffle at the bottom, kind of how you do the ruffles on the nails. That's what I did with the bottom of the ghost. Now I'm going to come in with my clear pudding gel in a tube and just make some little drops at the bottom of the robe, and then pull them up just to give it an even more of a 3D effect, and let all that glitter and aurora pop out even more. And I'm sorry for going out of frame pretty bad for this next part, but yeah, it is what it is. And here I've just attached that clear heart that I created in the mold. I attached it with that 3D pudding gel in the tube. And after this, I'm going to go ahead and color it with the clear hot pink jelly polish that I used over the cat eye. Alright, here we're moving on to the spider web part of the nail. First, I'm going to draw a little heart. I absolutely hate doing spider webs. I'm not going to lie, it's my least favorite art thing to do. And I was kind of rushing at this point because I was getting really tired. It was getting late and I wasn't feeling well. So I did half of the spider web. Like, instead of doing the whole nail, I just did like the bottom half. So I figured, well, I'll just put some rhinestones on the top half of the nail, you know, to kind of like fill it in. But yeah, so, and I thought it made it a little bit easier too, just to have those like just one line going down, two diagonal, and then two straight across, instead of trying to figure out like where on the diagonal to put the top one so that it coincides with the bottom ones and all that. So yeah. Anyway, so I'm just going to go ahead and color in the spider webs. I also, what I did for this was I took the light pink gel and I mixed it with some light pink liner gel or some gel paint so that it was thicker so that we could do these spider webs, because it is virtually impossible to do the webs with gel polish, because you have to pull those lines in the middle. And I had a hard time doing it like this because I had mixed the liner gel with some of that polish and it made it a little bit runny. So it didn't come out. I do not like the way this spider web came out at all. Just so you know, this is not my best work. So off camera, I filled in the heart with the purple glitter, and I started on the mummy on the forefinger. Sorry about that. I was getting tired and it was getting late. So basically, as you can see, I just kind of crisscrossed the bandages, or I used the light pink gel polish to do the bandages, and I'm using the hot pink for his eyes. And I'm just doing a basic mummy design. There's no rhyme or reason to it. I basically did the top part, or what would be the head, I guess. I did a diagonal pattern. Then right where his nose would be, I did a bandage straight across. And then I'm going to do another one on a diagonal down, coming from that straight across bandage. And you kind of just have to follow like how I did it, or do it however you want, whatever you think. But just do a combination of diagonals, straight across, diagonal, straight across, that type of thing. Crisscross, diagonal, just to kind of make it look more realistic. But I did think this came out really cute on a stiletto nail. I wish I would have done this in the past, because I didn't realize it was so cute, doing the mummy on the stiletto nail. But anyway, so we're going to go ahead and finish this up. And I think I'm going to do the thumb off camera if I remember correctly, because I was really, really tired at this point. And basically I just stuck some, a bat, a moon, and a cross on the thumb. But I made it out of the different color gel polishes that came in the collection, so that it kind of added to it. But I'll show you, you'll see a picture of it at the end. And you can't see too well, but here I do the drops with the purple pearl color. As you can see, I'm flash curing that one. And so basically I just take a drop of the polish, and I take a liner brush and pull a thin line of it up to the top. So that's what you see me doing here, dropping the little dollop of polish, and then I'm going to take and pull it to the top, and then I kind of go over the top with a little puddle, or try to make it look like a puddle that the drops come down from. And the key is flash curing the drops before they level out. You don't want them to have a chance to get flat. And here I'm just finishing up the thumb, putting those charms that I made with the baby mom mold, and applying them to the thumb, the little cross, the moon, and the little bat. I love her molds so much. This is the baby mom one that I got the moon and the bat off of right here. And I believe I got the cross off of one of my Anji molds, Anyxi. Another person that makes really good molds. If you look on AliExpress, search up Anji molds. Now I'll go ahead and finish top coating everything. The mummy, the ghost, and all the cute little ghouls and goblins that we have. And this is going to take us to the end of the video, guys. I am so happy that you joined me today. And this is just the first of our countdown to Halloween. So join me tomorrow as I come back with another Halloween look as we count down to my birthday, October 31st. And don't forget, if you haven't done so already, please subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can be notified of when I upload new content. See you guys tomorrow.